Good evening, viewers, wherever you are watching from. We are glad you have made NTV your #1 station, and we are also glad that you have made NTV People's Parliament your favorite program. Of course, this is the only platform that gives wananchi an opportunity to speak about issues that affect their everyday life. We are still in Lamwo district, still discussing issues that affect the people of Lamwo district. And this matter, we are going to discuss the progress of Operation Wealth Creation in Lamwo district. This is the presidential initiative that was put many years back to ensure that Ugandans achieve the middle income status and ensure that every household at least has an income. So we want to see, is it going well in Lamwo district, or there are wrong things that we may need to correct such that we progress? Honorable members, you are welcome to NTV People's Parliament.
Thank you all, members of the August House. Honorable Lieutenant Colonel Samuel Okulu, representing Operation Wealth Creation.
Are you a soldier?
Yes, please, I am.
Okay, I wish you put on your uniform.
Yeah, but for the interaction for the community, I need not to be scared.
Okay, go ahead, Honorable Member.
Yes. Operation Wealth Creation Program in Lamwo district has started in the 1st January 2015. And along all this period, only Season B 2015 inputs are delivered late. But from Season A 2016 to date, every inputs, more especially planting materials, has been delivered in the first rain.
So it was only one season that was delayed?
Yes.
The rest have been moving on well?
Just moving on well. And we have corrected that in our evaluation meeting, which took place in December 2015. And the same mistake has never ever been repeated.
Okay.
Success has been registered, more especially in the food security crop, of which now problem of food security totally have been stamped out in this district. However, there is more to be done in planting perennial crops and also good care of livestock. According to the agricultural zone for the Acholi zone, the following perennial crops has been overthrust. This is mango seedlings, citrus seedlings, coffee seedlings, and pineapple suckers. And food security, all along, we have been offered or delivered maize seeds, bean seeds, and cassava cuttings, of which people have planted well and has benefited the people well. And the distribution of these inputs has been done with no discrimination of gender, tribe, or religion.
Or even a political party.
Or even political party. Because if somebody go along and see even the beneficiaries list, you may find that all the party members, all the genders has benefited. However, this is what should be noted, that Operation Wealth Creation Program is a demand-driven program. It's your demand that can drive you towards receiving the particular inputs. What also the members should understand is that the government of Uganda have allocated 80% of the funds to perennial crops. Only 20% is allocated to food security crops. This means our community have to emphasize on perennial crop if they want to benefit from these programs. However, we have some few challenges. The main challenges that we have is the negative attitude towards perennial crops, just as mango and citrus seedling by the community. Secondly, stray animals and bushfire that greatly destroy the perennial crops, mainly from the month of December to March each year. So other farmers are there to plant, but you find out that these stray animals in the month of December to March, these are now the period of almost 5 months. You may find these stray animals destroy all these crops.
Okay. Okay, Honorable Member, I will call you back to give more information. At least you have told us the progress, and you have told us it's moving on well, no delays. Let me now hear from the people, the beneficiaries of Operation Wealth Creation.
I am grateful for the presentation from the Operation Wealth Creation Coordinator. However, I have some concerns raised, which I think has to be addressed. I am the planner in the district, and the person in charge of coordinating all the district plans. I have a concern. The OWC that he has presented, he's not integrating the district plans and budget. It means it's a parallel program that runs without it being taken care of in our plans as a district. So that is one big challenge. For an integrated plan, for a sustainable plan, we need all intervention to have been integrated in our district government plan and then our budget as well. So that's one of the weaknesses we're seeing in the district. Secondly, is saying the distribution is demand-driven. I tend to disagree with that. Why? Why do I say that? On several occasions, several inputs have been dumped here at the district level here. Those who supply the inputs will have gone with their monies. And in most cases, also as district.
Where are they dumped?
At the district here. Headquarters here. Especially citrus, seeds, seedlings, and so forth. That means
so they don't have a distribution plan?
No. After being brought here, people gathered around who needs this? Who needs this? That's one of the problems we have to say, because it's actually this government fund. And the government fund, actually, first of all, the government has a very good initiative actually to help our people.
So, Honorable Member, just why are you saying it's demand-driven when you are dumping seedlings here, please?
I intend to have different ideas from his.
Did we have citrus seedlings dumped at the district headquarters?
We normally don't dump them here. We normally make our allocation to sub-counties. And sub-county, we take this input to sub-county. So
you have never dumped them here?
We have never dumped them.
Are you telling Parliament a lie, Honorable
And we have sub-county chiefs
just
here.
A moment.
We will get another testimonies from the honorable members.
There is a lot of dumping here and then. And even the seedling, the cuttings of cassava, sometimes they dump it on the road, on the way to some other sub-counties. So
yes, I was here and I saw Saibundi cassava tried somewhere along the road when I was going to the village.
All those are Operation Wealth Creation.
So do you agree with that, or we are still?
I intend to disagree in the sense that we have different stakeholders which are supplying inputs to the district. Like, for example, Preno, and also this group of what they call the other group under the agriculture.
So, no, I want to clarify this.
My city
I want to
never
clarify
put on the roadside.
The district leadership, the councillor Padibe, have you ever seen seedlings dried here at the district headquarters? I want to know whether it's a lie or remain there.
Yes, Madam Speaker. I want to appreciate my brother for raising this issue. It is real. Colonel should not run away from this fact. Even the sub-county where I come from, the mango seedlings, almost all what they delivered to my sub-county, nobody picked it.
It dried there.
It dried there. Because we have a lot of mango trees in my sub-county. Why do we need to plant those mangoes? So it was taken in the interest of the people who took it to my sub-county, not in the interest of my people. So things are drying in all the sub-counties, not the one for Prilna. Prilna is implementing its program very well.
So between the operation recreation, the coordinator and the beneficiaries, who is telling a lie?
We have, Madam Speaker, we are here for the development matters, not just politics. So we have the stakeholders in the sub-county, which they normally receive.
So these people are playing politics?
I think so. Because if you go down, you go down investigating, you may find out that there are people who have received this and there are people who planted this, although they have been destroyed.
There's somebody who wants to give information.
I want to disagree with my brother in the sense that the seedlings are dumped at the district headquarters. In most cases, when seedlings are brought in the district, the Department of Production does the verification. We verify, that's why the seedlings are brought first at the district headquarters. We verify also for the office of cow and the store person to also witness and the auditor.
And the planner is always aware.
That could be the reason why.
Yes, information from the vice chairman.
What the honorable member is saying, it is not true. I'm still the secretary of production. It is only this year when we came out in the council with a resolution that all the seedlings should not be dumped in the district. And that was last year when we also agreed that any supply which is not done by the 1st of October, it will not be accepted by the district. 1st of October, that's the only 2018 supply which has been done well, which was made before the 1st of October.
But from 2015 it has been.
From 2015 to 2017, I think the supply was not being done well. And secondly, even the inputs, which has been brought, which is being brought, some are not meeting the quality. The quality of the inputs are not good. That is the cassava stems, the seedlings. When they are brought, they are fully stressed. You find when they are taken to the sub-county, within 2 or 3 days, they are dried up. Even the supply, it is not in the interest of the community. Totally, it is not in the interest of the community. One is the operational wealth creation say this is the initiative of the government. That's the president. They say we should plan. The community should receive. That is the mango seedlings and all this. Okay. But the community are not fully in charge.
So,
in need of that. Thank you very much.
Operation wealth creation. I fail to understand if all the vice chairperson of the district, the councillor Padibe, the planning officer are all playing politics in this thing. I don't understand. But let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we shall hear more from the people of Lamwo. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Lamwo District, discussing the progress of Operation Wealth Creation. But according to what we are hearing in Lamwo District, things are not moving as the president wants them to move. And we want to have the coordinator of this program explain to the population what has gone wrong. Coordinator, just back to the microphone.
Honorable Speaker, the truth normally is not hidden. Whenever inputs are distributed, there are distribution lists towards that. And we normally submit.
So why do you supply mangoes where there are many mangoes already grown?
The mangoes that is being supplied is not this long mangoes that which these people are talking about. These are grafted mangoes which take short period and they're high yield. And now the problem is what I've already told you, that because it's a new project, people still don't understand fully the advantage of these perennial crops. And that's why there is much need to be done to sensitize the public, more especially by the political class, which suppose, first of all, themselves, they need to sensitize themselves to understand the advantage of this. Then later, they sensitize the people they are representing.
Okay.
The only problem is that people never know how good these grafted citrus and mango are.
Okay, thank you, but you should take the lead on going on radio to sensitize people about the new things that you're introducing in the community. Let's have more from the people now.
Actually, I wanted to very agree with the planner of Lamwo district. He has advised the coordinator of operational wealth creation to integrate the system into Lamwo district planning. That one will really make our community benefit. Why I say so is because one time they brought layers, farmers in Lamwo district. They brought what? Layers, chicks for layers. Okay. Yeah, 9 farmers benefited, including me. Yes. I'm testifying the disadvantage which took place. When the farmers were given, you know, the layers, they need a lot of treatment, proper care. It came to a time that when the beneficiary could not afford the medicine, if it was included in the district plan, the district would plan for the medicine. So all those chicks died at the point of laying eggs. That is my comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You see how we are wasting government resources? You give people layers, there is no information about the treatment, about the feeding, and the money is lost. So you need to integrate your plans and work together with the district leadership. Thank you.
Madam Speaker and the members in the August House, it is true that our people are beneficiaries of Operation Wealth Creation, but there are too much challenges that the people are facing. Or in other words, it is in connection with the Operation Wealth Creation. The first one, as presented by the district plan, is that we have this, the inputs are pushed to our community. They are not demand-driven. Some of the inputs are demand-driven, but others, they are pushed to our community. A case in point is the seedlings, whereby you find that in our community, people are not interested in these seedlings, like the mangoes, the citrus, and the rest.
When I go around, I see simsim and sunflower. So why don't you bring simsim and sunflower? Go ahead.
Yeah, these inputs are pushed to our community. That is why they end up drying in the sub-counties at the district headquarters, because they are not interested in. Another thing is late deliveries, as presented by our Vice District Chairperson, whereby you find that, like last year, in the financial year 2017-18, the deliveries of cassava cutting was done in the month of October. And you know it very well that in our area here, the weather, around October, November, we are already in the dry season. But if you are bringing the inputs at that time, what do you expect? And that is why the cassava cuttings and the rest of the supplies made by Operation Wealth Creation is being wasted. So it is our appeal to the government that if they are giving deliveries to our district, they should know the climatic pattern, in other words, the rain pattern of the district. Another thing is that there is also no germination test, I think, which is done at the district or where the supplies are brought from, because you find that these inputs are brought and taken straight to the sub-county, and there is no germination test done. And after planting, you find that the crop is failing to germinate. And also the quantity which are given to the farmers. We are calling it Operation Wealth Creation, and you are giving 5 kilos of beans, maybe 10 kilos of beans, or 10 kilos of maize. What is that one? You may end up planting it in an hectare, and you know, in our community here, people always plan for consumption. So you end up consuming the whole produce that you have realized and taking none to the market. Therefore, it is not Operation Wealth Creation. If the government want really to, you know, uplift the level of people, they should improve on the quantity of the inputs that they give to the people.
Okay.
And then lastly, Madam Speaker, I think another challenge is that it is the militarization of Operation Wealth Creation. You know, the way the military men handle people is different from the trained agricultural officer handles people. You may find that.
But I've seen this man is very good. Does he handle you badly?
Maybe from here, madam.
According to what I've realized upon the Operation Well Crescent in our district or in the Acholi sub-region, it is not okay. Why? If you are bringing something to my family, you are supposed to ask me first of all that I need to bring something to do with you. So do you need these things so that we should work together, or should have to transform your family? But what I'm seeing with the Operation Well Crescent, they are not doing this. They will just bring this thing without your intention, just come and pack them. That is why it is still up to there as rabbis. So I'm appealing to the government that when next time they continue with this process or with this program, first of all, you link up with the local community and involve the civilians. Because in some places, people fear uniforms, people fear the title that you have, the canon. So it will scare the local community that it is upon the soldier. So we are still being scared with what have been happening in the past. So I'm appealing to the government, let us send the strategies for the development of our region. And the temperature loss is different from other regions in the country. So when we are bringing all these things, we are supposed to see the temperature of the Acholi sub-region and western, the central, and the other part of the country.
Operation Well Creations is here with us in Lamwo, and Padibe Town Council is one of the beneficiaries. On behalf of the community of Padibe Town Councils, we have ever received these things. They anyway go and offload at the site where the communities comes and pick with the help of the community development officers that we normally coordinate with them. However, these outputs, these inputs that they bring, people are not interested in them. One, the market for it is not there. Honestly, if I grow these mangoes here, where do I sell it? Our community do not yet know that. We do not have the market where we should sell.
You are used to going to a mango tree.
Now,
you like pick one and eat and
yeah,
go
you just
away.
eat.
Not buy.
You just eat. Because when I plant this, and most, if I go and plant these things at my place, honestly, it may even end up being eaten off by the family members, the children, the school kids, you know, those kind of things. It is difficult to control. So we had been suggesting, one time I even interacted with him, just with us here in Lamwo, especially in Padibe Town Council. We are very good growers for simsim, and you had mentioned it. Why don't government support us on prices of the simsim that we produce? We could move. In 2015, 2014 there, people produced simsims here. The prices of simsim went up to about 5,000. The subsequent year, immediately it dropped down below even 2,000. Now, honestly, how would the community, the local person would grow? So I would suggest, instead of bringing this input to us here, let them use the local that we have. They would empower our communities, supply this seedling that they have even bought within. Because the benefit of this, our local product, if you buy it within, it is already used to the environment. The environment is compatible of our local producers. They can pick it very fast. But these mangoes, honestly, me have not yet seen any that I've even tested. To speak the truth, I have not yet seen any, even these oranges. The oranges somewhere we have tested, but even the taste is very different. We will use our local produce that are here, we empower our farmers and hike the prices. Because even this one locally can be what? Be bought here. People come right up from Kampala, from Lira, and buy our produce from here. But now, how about this one? Where should we take it? We are not aware of that. Lastly, Madam Speaker, we don't want to blame Operation Well Creation fully for what they are doing. We have to applaud the work of the coordinator, through him to the government of Uganda, that at least they're trying to do something good. But it would have been best if they would first come and assess the situation. On this Operation Well Creation, honestly, there is no assessment. They don't do assessment. They need assessment. It's not there. So if they would come and do the need assessment with the communities, which kind of product, which kind of crops suit best where, we would pick it up. Okay. To me, I would even suggest even cabbages and onion we would go for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Those are very, 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 very good suggestions. And I want to tell government that we are not here to fight Operation Wealth Creation, but these are very good views from the people, the beneficiaries of Operation Wealth, such that it can move steadily and steady progress in our country. Let's go for a short break. Don't go away. NTV People's Parliament comes back shortly. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Lamwo, discussing Operation Wealth Creation. We want to ensure that it moves on well to benefit Ugandans, particularly the people of Lamwo district. I think the coordinator, are you appreciating the suggestions that are coming from the people, or you think these people are speaking bad of Operation Wealth Creation?
I do fully appreciate their suggestion. As per the way forward, I was continuing to tell the Member of Parliament. The main problem is, as this project is newly introduced to the public.
Speak to the microphone, please.
First of all, people are not sure of the market, as they have said, and hence has made them also lost their interest. Secondly, these programs of the Operation Wealth Creation, as you know, is the top-bottom approach. This is, everybody is aware about it. And that is why the 80% has been allocated to the perennial crops. And the perennial crops has been put in zones. And this is the matter of the policy and the planning labels. For myself, I'm a coordinator. My work is coordination, and is to make sure these the input reaches the farmer. However, this suggestion, we are going to put it down, and we have already even suggested with the chairman of the district to call all the political leaders. That is the LC3 chairman and the honorable councillor soon, before December ends, so that we sit and come up with the concrete demand that the people need. However,
that is good. That is good.
Also, the peoples need to be interacted with directly, as I used to do. I used to go to various sub-counties, and evidence is there. I normally go there, gather people, talk to them, and I sign even the book in the sub-county. The ideas of the people differs from the ideas of the honorables. If you go to the people and you get 3 or 4 and you ask them, you find they have different ideas from most of the ideas of the honorables. Okay. However, we absorb the suggestion. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Operation Wealth Creation and defining the world of wealth. I think part of the concepts we need to define. When we mean by wealth, what do we mean? We are simply talking of the inputs that we are providing in the wealth creation, but we are not seeing the actual benefits of the wealth that we are talking about. This particular program is not providing a trickle-down effect to the family support systems, such that today we can tell that this particular farmer was offered this amount of maize seeds, all orange, all mango seeds, and today we are seeing this particular number of children attending school. The children, this family support system, we have more than 3 children in a particular family attaining education at the Makerere University. The wealth creation itself has loopholes when it comes to expertise. We are not seeing the role of the extension agriculture farmers in this particular process. Who are the experts in the wealth creation to support these particular persons benefiting from the wealth creation? Secondly, we don't have a monitoring and evaluation system. And lastly, we don't have linkage of these particular families to have support networks elsewhere.
Are the extension officers at the sub-counties involved in this program?
What we do is we are supposed to verify the inputs at the district. Then when it goes to the sub-county agricultural extension officers are supposed to help, again, do further verification and then distribute to the farmers.
So how did the chicks end up dying? How did the chicks die when the extension workers were on the ground?
You know, this is a complex situation, Madam Speaker. First of all, we came on board Operation Well Creation threw away NADS. Lamwo district was a district that was entirely relying on agricultural officers of NADS. Then when NADS was scrapped, there were no extension officers, apart from the district agricultural officer, who was acting also as a district production officer, and the district veterinary officer. There were only two in the district. It took some time before the government could give money to the district to recruit extension workers, and that was way up to 2016. Again, other challenges came on board. The extension workers were recruited, like for Lamwo, they recruited very few extension workers. The money was not the money was not enough. But these extension workers that were recruited, they were not having facilitation. They were deployed in the sub-counties, but the department was not having any facilitation. Thank God, in this financial year, we're having this agricultural extension grant. But again, we don't have transport. There are no motorcycles for the extension workers.
So you are unable to monitor what Operation Well Creation is implementing?
Basically, we are constrained. The extension workers are constrained, Madam Speaker.
Okay, so you cannot do much.
That is the challenge.
Coordinator, support to extension workers is very pertinent in this Operation Well Creation program. So for you to have success, please talk to the head of state. This program is at his heart. Yes, wind up.
The role of the extension workers should not only be verifying the seeds, but we should see a hands-on demonstration of practical agricultural skills to this particular farmer, because we are looking at increasing
most especially when they get new seeds like citrus they have never grown, so they really need the support of the extension workers, you like it or not.
So the program should also be gender sensitive. What do the men require? What do the women say? It should not be a whole swing of a program to benefit everyone. And besides, we should see the entire community embracing it. Where are the demonstration gardens for this particular program? Do we have a neighbor who has seen the benefits of this particular program? And we are seeing the same program in her household, the non-beneficiaries. And there we shall say, yes, the youth have benefited, the entire community is embracing the program. Everyone is in it.
Yes, thank you. And demonstration fields are very important in agriculture. Very, very, very important. Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Please, you have 2 minutes.
Operation Well Creation is not seen at all in the community.
For you, you haven't benefited at all?
Because the benefit they are giving us. So they were just fighting over, it is not dumped here or whatever there. But the reality was said, this product is not benefiting the community. If you look at the animals, all of them died. If you look at the oranges, all of them people, they do not even want it. So these days, I don't know, these people were employed wrongly in the right field. So I don't know whether there was war in agricultural sector and they brought in Operation Well Creation. So soldiers are supposed to work on tight environment, on rough situations. So there was
what do you mean there should be no soldiers in agriculture?
But we are having all the men of yes to the president. The president does not even want this program here. So this program started a long time ago, even in the regime of Amin. You see this cashew nut and whatever. So it was there ever since. But these people, they don't even take the views of the community because they said it is a up, bottom-up plan. So they were the people of yes only. So you go and air our views.
We thank the government of Uganda for for coming up with that initiative of Operation Wealth Creation. The intention of the government was to fight poverty. But now, the way this program is rolled down, the challenge comes from the way it was rolled down. So I am proposing that the government of Uganda should first look at building capacity of the different stakeholders who are handling Operation Wealth Creation. Like my sister said, it is very important to at least have a demonstration field where all these people, all the stakeholders who are working on Operation Wealth Creation program, they are trained, and by training them, they will be empowered to at least monitor these projects from the beneficiaries, because there is aspect of pests and diseases. Because if you looked, there is somebody who planted this citrus in Padime West, but all along it was not doing well, because it can start producing the fruits towards the end of these fruits to get ready. It will all rot, and nothing is
because of the pesticides.
Because of the pest.
Do you have that component, Honorable? Yes. Do you have that component of following up the farmer?
We have the agricultural department, which is being headed by the district production officer and the district agricultural officer, and he normally do that task as part of the technical responsibility.
So you follow up and ensure that the pests do not attack the fruits that you supply?
Yeah, they do attack, but also now the Department of the Production, they normally do their part. Now, although the problem was at the absence of the extension workers, it was enough, but those few were trying to do their best.
We need to join hands with the coordinator Operation Wealth Creation so that this program is a success in Lamwo.
We are not trained at all. I don't know what is going on with the government. The market, we are not shown where the market is. How can I plant all these seedlings, yet I do not know where to sell it? What does it mean? I waste my time planting it, at the end, the things come, and then nowhere to be taken. We need market, a clear market from the government before we plant. Factory, how can I plant mango trees? Lots of mango trees around, I have mangoes. There's no factory, I don't know even Kampala. I've even not reached Acholubu sometime. Where should I take this mango to? It's a waste of time, waste of resources, even wasting our little land we have around. May the government stop it if they cannot bring us factory here.
Thank you. She's demanding for a factory in order for her to grow mangoes.
The Operation Wealth Creation has made people of northern Uganda who are active in agricultural sector to become so powerful to the extent that they can pay their children in schools. Only that we have some few intrigues, most especially with politicians who want votes from poor voters. They go around murmuring, and yet when it comes to inclusive, like if there is a selection of beneficiaries, you find politicians making phone calls to coordinator to be included so that they also get APAS and the rest of it. And yet the right people to be given these animals are the poor voters who voted for NRM government.
So for you, what have you benefited from Operation Wealth Creation?
For me, I've benefited a lot. And I know that when I've grown whole, at the time I will grow whole, I will have my plantations, at least some trees of my mangoes, some trees of my oranges, of which I will not be such a museum that will be disturbing grandchildren. I will reap from what I've sown.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Long live Operation Wealth Creation. Who wants to give information?
Not allowed.
I want to agree with what this person mentioned, the Operation Wealth Creation Coordinator. In fact, Operation Wealth Creation has done a lot of sign wonders to us. You know, people, they disagree with something that can take long to get matured. For sure, if it was abroad like food stuff, you find people fighting to receive the thing. Secondly, I was saying that it being that Operation Wealth Creation, they only bring food stuff. The ready-made poso and the beans. You are going to see how people could fight receiving those things. But once it is brought, these seedlings, I think, they don't want to pick up those things. And yet, it gets terminated. In fact, get ready, maybe in future time to come. They need something that is ready-made. After 2 days, you just get and you consume. That is the greatest problem. Secondly, I've seen also on how to mobilize.
So they want to get rich quick.
Sincerely. And then the second one is about how these beneficiaries they are recruited from the villages. I've realized from my sub-county, always the sub-county SC3 coordinates to SC1s. That please select the beneficiary so that they could come and pick this thing from the sub-county. I've realized that the way how the chairperson could take the opportunity recruiting, he only takes the opportunity to recruit maybe his son or daughter who are very lazy to plan the thing.
Thank you. Coordinator, please, 1 minute to wind up.
All the suggestions given by the honorable members has been registered. However, we need to address these challenges together with all the stakeholders, more especially the political, technical, and administrative leadership of the district. Secondly, evaluation and the enterprise selection meeting will be done before the end of December by all the stakeholders. That is the LCC chairman and the honorable councillors of the sub-county and through this district, so that they themselves will sit with them, then they select the enterprises which their people need. Lastly, I ask all the community to own whatever is given to them. For example, if the honorable member is saying now when a check is given to her, then now somebody should bring even water for the chicks. That chick is yours, so they need to own it. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Thank you for being part of this parliament. Thank you for your suggestions. I'm sure the powers that be, you're listening to the suggestions of the people of Lamwo. They are very good, and they will better the program of Operation Wealth Creation, and they will be able to create wealth within their homes. Those who are in charge of Operation Wealth Creation, I think you have taken note. Ensure that the problems that these people have raised are addressed. I am your speaker, Agnes Nandutu. I aspire to inspire you before I expire. With powers conferred upon me as the Speaker of People's Parliament, I adjourn this house until next week.
Views expressed on this show do not represent those of NTV or its staff.